Good morning. It's Monday, whatever the date is, what is it? The 16th. Happy almost Crimson Desert launch day. I think comes out on Thursday maybe. And for everybody else, you know, it's just it's a typical Monday. But we need to get going on our pull day. Oh shit. And we'll bring this guy around, kind of like this. It was a good weekend. Definitely feel as though it went way too quickly. I'm missing an orange band and it's over here. Definitely feel like it went too quickly. It was nice though. You know, Saturday dance class. Yesterday had some folks over. It was crazy windy. Glad today it's not as windy, but it is cold. I think we're in the 40s this morning. So it's a bit cold out here. A little slower moving than I probably would like today. Oh, that's okay. Oh, had some nice Mediterranean food. For dinner yesterday, that was nice. Oh, I should probably pull up the yield stream on my phone. There we go. Stream manager, boom. Now we're cooking. Connection issue, we're good. All right, let's just start. I was gonna say, start throwing some weight around, but we'll start pulling some weight. I feel like the stream is like way much further behind on my telephone. We'll close some stuff. Should help. Ooh, we had a lot of apps open. There we go. Maybe this will help. Manage stream. Okay. Well, we'll figure it out. You guys get it. And we're good over there. Cool. So pull day. We'll start off pretty typically, right? Vertical pull, biasing our lats. Straight bar. Oh, we'll need to adjust the length of this. Straight bar. I will use some straps as well. Just to remove any grip as the limiting factor. Had these guys for quite a while. I actually found I didn't find the guy, but there was a guy, I think on the powerlifting subreddit, that was talking about making some custom straps. Oh, there's a mosquito in here. Some custom straps out of Kevlar and what have you, and that's what these are. But there's a doodad. We don't want that. You know, it's pretty crazy how bad Windows has gotten. Obviously, the stream house that we stream from is a Windows machine, but Windows in general has kind of gone downhill. Some might say, I would say. So let's get our warm-ups going. Oh, let's build some lats, huh? Let's build this back. Let's build this body. Body build. What? I do ever so slightly wider. I notice if I go too wide, it definitely doesn't, I don't know, doesn't feel ideal. I remember when I was a young lad in high school, I would always think, oh, the wider I go, the wider my back. Yeah, maybe there's some truth to that, but for this, we're gonna stay right here. In the pocket. All right. Not a bad warm up. Let's get this guy. Spoiler for the next exercise. That's even on camera, but it's there. And there we go. We will bump up ever so slightly. And I should start my whoop. There it is. It's a joke. Laugh track. Start activity. Weightlifting. Start. There we go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. 7 a.m. Yeah, we should be able to cruise through this, I'm thinking. So we'll do 3 working sets on our pull downs. We'll hit 3 working sets on a seated row. Trying to think what else. Yeah, we'll figure it out as we get there. Ever so slightly off screen. Grabbing a little H2O. All right. Let's get our second working set, or actually our first working set, in the bag. All right. So, like before, strapping up, thumb over the bar, strapping up on this side, getting in there nice and tight. Ugh. And then just stay in the pocket. Come on. Okay. Whew. Step on out. There we go. Whew. Just like that, first working set. All done. But we'll mix up these cool cinematic angles I know the Oscars were last night, but maybe next time. MeatHaus nominated Best Directing, Best Cinematographer, Best Original Screenplay. You never know. Next year's our year. Apologies for the burp. But there we go. One set down. Take a little beat. Let the heart rate come down a little bit, and then we'll get back into it. Man, I feel like no matter how many times I wake up, 5:45, shit never gets easier. It's like, it just keeps getting harder. I mean, the time change probably still doesn't help. But I mean, it's been a week. I don't know. Maybe in a couple more days, we will get more accustomed and used to this time change. That's the hope anyways. Then like people in Europe, I think they don't change until like the end of the month maybe, or maybe it's like April. I know there's like a weird, I work with some clients and colleagues in Europe, and for now, they haven't changed. So scheduling has been interesting. And then like Arizona, they don't change at all. All right. Whew. Come on. Okay. Ugh. Oh, my lats. Oh, damn. See ya. Handsome man, you talking about yourself? What's up, man? How are you? Happy Monday. Oh, how was your evening? Or how was your day, comma, now how was your evening? Hoi. Hoi, hoi. Hoi, hoi. You're doing good. Good. Did you end up working today? Or are you working right now? First day off, nice. What'd you get into? Oh, you raced home post-shift and crashed. Well, I mean, dude, sometimes that's nice, That's why people go on like staycations and stuff. Sometimes doing nothing in your own space is a good way to decompress and a good way to relax. So nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong at all. You just rotted in bed. Again, nothing wrong with that, man. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But glad you had a day off, man. I mean, as part of your rotting, what'd you do? You watch some TV, play some games, doom scroll, all that fun stuff, I'm assuming. get our last working set taken care of. All right. Okay. Oh, man. Oh, I don't want to hit myself in the face. All right, so first exercise, all done, taken care of. Oh. Doing nothing with no responsibility is awesome. You hit all the notes. Chat to people on Twitch, you know me. Love to come online to chat with people. How was your weekend? Nice, man. Dude, it's really cool how you've, kind of fostered these connections and friendships with people all over the world. Like me, I'm always very appreciative of your friendship. And dude, our weekend was good, man. Saturday was pretty chill for the most part. I mean, I can't even really think of what we did. I think we just kind of hung out, which is always nice. So didn't do anything too crazy on Saturday night. And like Saturday day, our daughter goes to dance class. So she does that in the morning and I hang out with our son and blah, blah, blah. And that was cool. And then yesterday we had another group of friends, well, not group, but like another couple came over and they have kids that are similar in age to our kids. And they're really nice and they're good people. And our kids play nicely together and all of that. And so that was cool, but it was super, super, super windy. So couldn't really play too much in our backyard, but it was still nice having them over. Whew. Okay, there's one. But on the whole, dude, really nice weekend. So, I mean, it takes a lot of intentionality to, check on people, see what's up. It's just that because I'm not in school, I don't get to meet new people often. Yeah, dude, I totally get that. I think, being an adult and trying to make friends can be pretty difficult, In school, you have your classmates and your friends and, if you go away for school, then you have like roommates and stuff that you meet and then yada yada. And then, sometimes at work, you can make some good buddies, I'd say. I work remote, so I've only met my coworkers once in 2 years. And then in April, I have to fly and we're doing an offsite and I'll meet them again. But dude, finding friends is tough. But I think that's kind of the cool thing about online communities is you can find your community and like find your tribe and a group of people that are similar and like-minded to you. So shout out to the internet for making friends. Oh, I thought Twitch is a nice spot to meet people. Not gonna lie, grateful that I got to know you. Dude, I'm grateful I got to know you too. You're gonna make me blush. Yeah, dude, it's almost been a year. Because I think the stream started in, I think June maybe, or like July 1st. Something like that was the first MeatHaus stream. So, dude, we're coming up on a year. Check us out. Oh, year of online friends. Oh, okay. Whew. Ugh. All right. Let's get some. Can I get a little water? Let's see. 16 hours. Yeah, it is very far. Okay, August. All right, so we're at like 8 months, right? Because March to April to May, June, July, August, 7 months. 7 months. Still pretty good. Still pretty good. You remember hopping in earlier, but the stream was laggy? Yeah, that tracks. I mean, that's when I was, the OGs, like yourself, will remember. You know, the stream started on my little iPhone here, and then I realized you could, or not realized, but I attempted to multi-stream from my phone, and then my phone would overheat, and I was streaming in the summer where it was like 100+ degrees, and my phone would like feel like it was gonna explode in my hand. But look at us now. Now we have a camera, and we got the stream house over there. Oh, how far we've come. You know, now there's audio issues. Yeah, dude, the walls were white. Man, OGs remember. I think the emotes that Shapes made are the ones with the white walls too. Which is funny. We've come so far. Check us out. All right, last set of these. Whew. 2 more, come on. All right. Okay. It was like the least athletic get up from the floor, but that's fine. All right, let's look at how, I told you it was crazy windy. Look at how dusty and gross the floors are. We'll have to do a cleaning stream. That was fun, Sia. Remember the cleaning stream where I was like, what kind of, I had you help me make a thumbnail where I was holding the vacuum. That was a good time. Check us out. Yeah, the cat in the spin. There we go. Yeah, Final Fantasy 14. Shout out to my cat girls. Something of a cat girl myself. Those were the days. good old days. Man, those emotes. Pretty fun. Yeah. See how you missed the intros and outros? Yeah. That was fun. It was, dude, one take. That's it. Intro, one take, move the camera. Outro, one take. Done and done. We could bring those back maybe. I don't know. I told myself we need a couple weeks of consistency getting back into streaming in the mornings. You know, the last couple weeks have been better, but want to be very consistent with it this week and probably next week, and then we can think about doing some, actually I don't know why I just moved this bench. And then we can think about incorporating some more stuff into what's manageable for me. Otherwise, I'll try and do too much at once, and then something's gonna fall apart and yada, yada, yada. So we're just gonna go nice and consistent for the time being. And it's nice too, because normally I would wake up and my wife would keep sleeping before the kids would start waking up and all that. But now she's waking up and she's working out too, inside. So that's fun, having a little accountability buddy. Definition of one take wonder. Oh, thanks, yeah. I definitely took pride in my one and done approach. All right, so we did vertical pull, right? Biasing our lats. Well, I guess it was kind of like this. This, what is it, pronated grip? So pronated grip, right? Lat pull downs. Then we did some seated rows, or horizontal row variation, right? I could do, I'm a little short on time, so I could do like some sort of Kelso shrug action on the bench. Don't really have the time for that. But what we do have time for, some biceps. So we're going to do a handful of sets on hammer curls, and then probably grab the curl bar and then wrap this up with the curl bar. So we'll just 4 exercises on the day for the sake of time. I think is going to be the sweet spot. And then because we're training to hit everything twice a week, later on, any movements and things that I didn't necessarily get to today, we'll just kind of make up on the back end. Probably Saturday will be like our catch-all day, where maybe it'll just be like full body, and we'll do all the accessory stuff that I should have done during the week, but I didn't. So let's do, we'll do some alternating hammer curls. Cool. Oh yeah. Sweet. So there's one. We'll do 2 more of these. You've been slacking on your runs, keep putting off to tomorrow. Well, I mean, I know it's evening for you, but, and also, dude, you work pretty hard. So I would say give yourself a little bit of grace. You know, there's that lovely expression, how do you eat an elephant? And of course, the answer is one bite at a time. So just because, you know, you might be a little behind doesn't mean we can't make it up. But also, dude, you work like a really difficult and quite stressful job. So I think giving yourself a little bit of grace is okay. Inappropriate, you can always, like you said, there's always tomorrow. Tomorrow really doesn't come. Do you think of me carrying my PT is strength training? I mean, probably. I'd say to a degree. I mean, like there's all the, well, that's kind of a misnomer. It's not all the, but there are studies into like rucking. So wearing, like I have a weighted vest down there, or like people in the military that actually like have a ruck full of all their stuff and they go on ruck marches for miles and miles and miles. And like the benefits to bone density and all that kind of stuff. I wouldn't say it's probably not significant, but there seem to be benefits, and I throw the weighted vest on and go on walks for a couple miles myself. So I think carrying all your stuff, there's some value to it. Ugh. But you know, nothing like knocking out a set of hammer curls at a little past 7 a.m. on a Monday for some strength training. Let me tell you, you're missing out. All right, one, two, three. Okay, 2 sets in. Love it. I love it. Oh, when you say PT, you meant patience. Well, you know. I mean, you could always throw them on your back like they're a backpack and go on a nice, you know, long walk. So, still tracks, right? Oh, what's up, Equips? Good morning. How are you? And how was your weekend? I know when we were talking on Friday, I was asking, oh, you excited for the weekend? And we both were like, we gotta get there first. But how'd it turn out? Hope you had a good weekend. All right. Oh, it's 7:30. Dang. Okay. Yeah, we gotta get cruising. And my first call's not till a bit later, but usually for Mondays, you know, we gotta trim up the beard, you know? Gotta spend some time getting ready and not looking like a homeless guy heading into these client calls. But yeah, Equips, good morning. All right, last set of these. Here we go. Oh, man. Come on. Okay. Woo. That's gonna call it. Oh. Whew. On hammer curls. Sheesh. Oh, snap. YouTube firing off. But I thought I'd come over to the chat is more intention. Yeah. Nice. Dude, equips, you know, I'm something of a, dude, when I wear this, I'll show you real quick. When I wear this weighted vest, I feel like I look like a military cosplayer or like an airsofter. Cause it looks like this. It's the plate loaded one from Rogue, where some people put, you know, fancy patches and stuff on it. So I throw it on, walk the neighborhood, you know, get a couple interesting looks from neighbors, you know, but it's great. I love it. I mean, I definitely say it's Sia that makes, you know, the chat over on Twitch pop off. Oh, there's him and a few others. I think Equips, you're the guy holding it down on YouTube for sure. Is this shit gonna like roll over and break my hand? Okay. I get so gassed with the vest. It's as though your lungs can't expand. Yeah, man, it definitely ratchets up your heart rate pretty quick, I'd say. I think the guidance is like 10% of your body weight for a weighted vest is like the sweet spot where there are the cardio benefits, right, of carrying around extra weight, but it's not, you know, compressing your spine too heavily. It's like my vest is 20 pounds. And yeah, usually by like a mile and a half, we get the going, which is why I need to do more cardio. So. Yeah, no, see, yeah, absolutely. No, that's what I'm saying. Is it looks like a military, like a military armor, like body armor, but it's a weighted vest. And I think that's the model of the weighted vest they would use in the CrossFit games. So like it's pretty good for like running and doing burpees and stuff. And like it's comfortable to wear, but yeah, I look like a military cosplayer or like I said, some guy who's really into airsoft. Which, hey, nothing wrong to the airsofters out there, but yeah, it's kind of how it feels. What is that buzzing noise? Oh, it's our heater because it's so cold. Sorry if you guys hear this obnoxious buzzing noise. Dude, Equips, I was talking to my wife the other night and I was like, yeah, you know, like, I really want to, you know, do some more zone 2 cardio and it's going to be so great for me and blah, 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 blah. And then she was like, great, go do it. And I'm like, But like, we got stuff to do, you know? Just trying to find every excuse I can to not actually end up doing it. But I'm not the one that's in the market for an air bike, you know, like somebody I know. So once you pull the trigger on that bad boy, and then I thought it's MeatHaus, the lady of the house. No, that's not the buzzing is not the water heater. It's, again, because it's for us, you know, it's pretty cold out, and having small young children's, you don't want the house to be too cold for them. We want them to be comfortable. So our heater must have clicked on, and it's right on the other side of the wall where the stream house is. Yeah, so that's what that buzzing is. But we're gonna do one last set of these curls, and then we will wrap this up so I can get ready for work. But we will be back tomorrow. Consistency is the name of the game. That's what we're going for. So we'll be back. There we go. Now it clicked off. Ugh, okay. I'll put this guy back on the floor. All right. We'll move this guy like this. There we go. This is an angle we're all fairly familiar with. Here we're gonna do a little zoom in, a little crop. MeatHaus. Okay. And this should be sufficient. Cool. You missed the turtle squat man? Yeah, updating the logo. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about it. But I have, you know, oh, this turtle squat man? This guy? Right here? Yeah, this is my buddy Sam got this for me. I've had this banner since, I don't know, like 2020. Him and I always, he was a guy I used to work with. Pretty jacked, good dude. And when we worked together, we always joked of moving, at the time we were living in California, moving from California out to Texas and opening a gym that also was like a self-serve barbecue, like a grill station type thing that also had like bar games type stuff. So like there'd be like cornhole and bocce ball and like those ladders things, right? It would be like outdoor covered patio type thing. But it would be like a really nice gym, not nice as in like an Equinox type thing or like a Lifetime, but like a good, solid, like private gym type thing that also had, and this is where like the MeatHaus part is, that also had like a high-end butcher. So you could go do your workout, then go to the butcher, hey, I want a ribeye, I want a porterhouse, I want a strip, you know, we want some, I don't know, turkey legs, whatever. But if you wanted the steak, then there were self-serve grills, so you could work out, get your steak, grill your steak, and then eat your steak and play games with your family all at the gym. And we would call it the MeatHaus. And so him and I joked about this for years. And then when we bought this house, he made this and sent this to me like 6 years ago. So there we go. That's the origin story. Meat lifting games. Yeah, there we go. You know, this is, I don't know what what years was this, 2018 or something, like 2019 we were talking about this, which was like peak millennial fusion type stuff, you know? And so we were playing into that. Like, oh, what do millennials love? Taking two things that are somewhat overlap in the Venn diagram, and let's just smash them together. And that was the thought. So that's the origin of the MeatHaus. There you go. That's where the name came from. Me and my buddy Sam. And then, you know, I turned it into what we see today. So, yeah. 7:39. We've got like 1 minute, maybe 2 minutes. And then we gotta ski-daddle, I'm thinking. Okay. 100% want to eat steak after a heavy set. The lamest part of this lifestyle is having to cook the food. Dude, 100%. 100%. But now imagine, you know, you just crushed, you know, some legs, right? You're kind of, you know, you're walking kind of like this, walking around and you're like, oh man, I got to meet the anabolic window, you know, got to get my 30 grams of protein in before I lose all my gains. And you look over and there's a nice prime ribeye, calling, perfect marbling, calling your name. You know, you just walk over, put it on my account, boom, added to your tab, walk on over, nice grill, gas or charcoal, right? Or cast iron, how do you want to cook it? Great sear on that bad boy. Now you're getting your gains. There you go. The idea, it makes sense to somebody, it makes sense to me. But yeah, having to cook the food is definitely inconvenient. Dude, sometimes having to eat the food is kind of a pain in the ass too. Especially, yeah, I like to think I can pride myself on eating the same thing just about every day, but you know, that 10th day of overnight oatmeal, just that brown sludge going back. After a while, kind of want some pancakes, you know? Maybe a waffle. Yeah, you like that? The anabolic window throwback? Yeah. Don't want to lose all your gains, man. You gotta get within that anabolic window. Oh, who's messaging me about work? Already? It's not even 8. What is this? Okay. Rescheduled. Nice. Cool. But all right, guys, I think at this point, unfortunately, we're gonna have to call it. I started a little bit later, so we kind of rushed through the end here. But as always, appreciate you guys being here. We like to have fun. I don't sleep enough to keep any of my gains. Dude, that's kind of how I feel. Our son is still not sleeping fully through the night, so we're still getting up 2 or 3 times, which is not great, but equips, you got to take some magnesium before bed or something. Help you with getting some more sleep, brother. But guys, appreciate you being here. You all rock. It means a lot. If you're watching on Twitch, please consider following. It helps us. I think we're at 105 followers, which is pretty cool. So thanks for all the support over there. It means a lot for our niche little lifting stream in a very niche category. Watching on YouTube, appreciate you both for being here, and anybody else who's there. I don't know, I don't see the numbers. But thanks, appreciate it. If you like the video, I think it helps, maybe a little bit. I think we were at 100 subscribers and then we dropped down to 99, and that hurt my heart. But let me check and see where we're at. Yeah, we're at 99, but we'll come back. We're making a comeback. We'll get up to 100 or 101 or whatever, and we'll see. But thanks for being here. You guys rock. Have good Mondays. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Oh, you guys have been great. We've been the MeatHaus. Have good days. Catch you later. Finger guns.